I'm very honored to have received the Youth Reconciliation Arts Award. Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
Well, it will actually open a lot of doors for me because I want to study art, and I think it will mean a lot for my life as a student because it will open doors for me, and yeah.
The highlight of the event for me was when I saw the recipient of the Reconciliation Award and heard her speaking. And it gave me a sense that she has got an inner power that is so broad that it just kind of held us all together. And it was, I think that's why there was tears in so many people's eyes. I think it's an important event. It's been happening for a couple of years, but I think this extension into community and identifying ordinary people perhaps is the way to go. The youth art competition is an important addition to the reconciliation, the National Reconciliation Award. But it needs to be, there needs to be far more effort done in getting people to compete and to draw people in. So maybe there has to be an attempt to perhaps just do one province initially, intensely, and then kind of draw in others. But the number of entries was not sufficient.
My name is Linda. My surname is Velapi. I'm from Masiphumelele, side 5. I want this photograph because I love to photo, so I took the photo of change in South Africa. Winning an award means a lot to me because I didn't expect it. Yes.
I want to work because of my poem. I'm excited because of I'm proud of my family and my country.
I think this event does help highlight certain aspects of reconciliation. I think it also helped highlight the problems of reconciliation that the country is experiencing right now. I think it's really interesting that this competition came at a time when I think reconciliation with what is going on and with international attention focused on the miners and the farm workers. I think reconciliation is back in the news, and I think it's a time of evolving conceptions. So I think it's a very important event, and I think obviously getting the IJR and Desmond Tutu involved with it is important, absolutely. I think the award, the Arts Award, is an important award. I think just working with some of the charities, Lalela Project, made me realise that art is important. So, seriously, it was an epiphany actually. Art is important to these children, not just in terms of spawning their creative side, but also trying to encourage a positive outlook on in their lives. I think it's very important, even if they don't take it on and become an artist. I think just being involved helps them create a more constructive element in an otherwise sometimes destructive environment, what I experience. So I think it's a very, very important award, and I think charities such as Lalela, who are working to encourage arts in township and communities, poorer communities, I think are doing a great job, and I think it's a very, very essential element to education in this country.
To me, a constitutional democracy requires a living example. What IJR gives us, they demonstrate that there are real people in daily life who show us how to do reconciliation. We saw Ma Olga, we saw Andiswa's poetry tonight. I felt that tingle through my spine, that emotions of 1994 almost coming back, a sense that people are walking the talk of building our nation. And that is why I come to the events of IJR. I think there needs to be many platforms, and this is only one. I think the platform I need to see most and hope that IJR is involved in most is the community platform, is the railway lines that still separate us, the big roads that separate us, the emotional pain that still separates us. That's where I need to see more and more of this conversation taking place. But is this the entree to that constitutional democracy? Yes, it is. And I want to thank this organization for driving the process to reconciliation. I think the group of young people currently are challenged by so many issues of unemployment, a lack of inclusion. And so we need to recognize their work, just as in '76 in this country, when youth demonstrated a need to show us how change can happen. Here is a moment again through the art and poetry that we've seen here tonight that was so touching, that we will see that youth have content in our society, and we celebrate IJR for recognizing them.
For me, it was the story of hope that's coming through. I think what the recipient achieved personally was an amazing thing, but also what it means for the rest of us and for the rest of the country, especially where we are at the moment. I think it's such a shining star that all of us should follow. I think again, the worthiness of the recipient speaks to exactly what reconciliation is supposed to be about. And I think I've always said, from a personal perspective, I think the Truth and Reconciliation Commission was an extremely important instrument in the history of our country and in unifying the country. But I think there's more needed. The commission is over, its work is completed, it's finished. And for me, there's a vacuum of some sort. And I think the work that IJR does, to a great extent, tries to fill that gap, and I think they're doing exceptionally well. As I said, I've been connected with the organization for about 4 or 5 years, and I can really see how they're going from strength to strength, and really one hopes that organizations like this will survive for very long.
It's a great thing to me. Just to sit down beside him, it's a big thing to me. It's a big thing to me. I didn't believe and I didn't think it will happen in my life. I can say to the IJR, there is still a work to do about the reconciliation, and they mustn't close the doors for the people who want to come for the TRC. They must open the doors for the people so that the people can come and share their stories. Thank you.